Question 10. Solve the simultaneous equations shown here. There's two different ways of doing this. The first way is focusing on the y's and making them the same. I mean, I say there's two ways of doing this. There's technically four ways of doing this, or even more if you start rearranging it. I'm going to show the two most common ways that I think people would do. In my opinion, the first one's going to be the easier one. Make the y terms the same. Now, because you have just a single negative y here, all you have to do is multiply that second equation by 4, and you will end up with a negative 4y, which will match the positive 4y in our top equation. I can rewrite the top equation while we're at it. 5x plus 4y equals minus 2, and then I've got to multiply every other part of the bottom equation by 4 as well. Which is going to give me an 8x here, and it's going to give me a 17.6 here. We have a positive 4y and we have a minus 4y, which are opposites of one another. When we add these opposites together, we are going to make them cancel. We add the x's together, we get 13x, and we add the numbers together and we get 15.6. Does that look right? Yeah, 15.6. And from there, we're then going to divide both sides by 13 in order to get x on its own. And when we do that, x equals 1.2. We then take that 1.2 and sub it back into either of these equations. It doesn't matter which one, but technically I like the first one more because of the fact that the y that we're going to be trying to figure out is positive here. We don't have to deal with the negative in the second one. So subbing that in, and you've got to be careful here because it says for you to show clear algebraic working, you need to demonstrate that you are subbing this 1.2 back into an equation. So I'm going to have 5x, but that's 1.2, so 5 times 1.2 plus 4y equals minus 2. That then gives me 6 plus 4y is minus 2. Take away 6 from both sides will give me this, and then dividing both sides by 4 will give me minus 2. So we have x is 1.2 and y is minus 2. The other way of doing this is if we actually try and make the x's the same. If I multiply the top equation by 2 and then multiply the bottom equation by 5, that will make both of these x terms become 10x's. The top one, if we double everything, it'll become 10x plus 8y equals minus 4. The second one becomes 10x minus 5y equals 22. Because of the fact that these two x's are the same, we need to take them away from each other in order to make them cancel. And we've got to do the same with the other two terms here. 8y minus 5y is going to give us 13y. This will let me write, yep, 13y. Minus 4 take away 22 is going to give us a negative 26. We then divide both sides by 13, and that gives us our minus 2. Then sub that back into either of the equations to start with. I'm going to pick this one just because of the fact that because it's x we're looking for, it's smaller. It doesn't really matter which one you plug it into. 2x subtract this negative 2 is going to be 4.4, which is going to give us 2x plus 2 is 4.4. Take away 2 from both sides. 2x is 2.4, and then half both sides, and x will be 1.2. Either way, same answers. Done.